It is the second to last day. We are in the semifinals, and it should be a good one. United States versus France. On the other side, Canada versus Spain. That'll happen a little later, but still an exciting day. I'm Justin Taylor. With me is Jacinta. Jacinta, please introduce yourself. I always try to remember how to say your last name, but it's always so fun for me.
That's fair enough, Justin. It's a bit of an anomaly as well. I'm Jacinta Govend, all the way from Brisbane in Australia. And I'm very excited, not only for this game, Justin, but to be able to call a game with you side by side at such a world stage.
Yeah, it's going to be great to be able to have somebody right next to me, not literally right next to me, as we're enjoying a little bit of remote broadcasting thanks to the people over at Spalk, but still looking forward to calling this action. We see plenty of red, white, and blue for both sides, United States and for France.
Yeah, certainly, and there's definitely a lot of support in the FIBA YouTube chat as well. So thanks to everyone for joining in so far as we get prepared for this big semi-final. It looks like in the chat, Justin, plenty of red, white, and blue for USA and France, just as you saw on screen in the crowd.
So right now, Team France, they are having their players introduced in just a moment. United States will have theirs introduced as well. A quick glance, just going through this swiftly, starting five for each side. Kavaka, Iron, Richache, Bentoumi, and Cisse. That is the starting five for France. And now United States is being introduced. We'll go ahead and go over their starting five real quick. Robinson, Swain, Grant, Abby, and Willitsko. And we're going to have an interesting story about Willitsko a little bit later. We'll go over that in a little bit. Let's take a little bit of pause as they finish up these introductions, and then national anthems will be taking place. We'll be right back. lineups, they've gone through them. National anthem completed, all the pomp and circumstance of pregame about to be completed as we have tip-off in just a little bit. But one thing I want to cover real quick is that we've seen some green bars pop up on the chat, and you may be wondering about those. That is the FIBA YouTube membership program. Jacinta, I think we have a couple new ones.
Yeah, we sure do, Justin, in the chat. So we'd like to say hello to Tavo Sid, who has signed up as a rookie. They've joined in on the live stream. We also have Chris1, Bame, Sarama, Yako, Kurt, and Nino Neo. Thank you all for joining in. And we've also got Angel Villa as well checking in for this game, who are, as you said, Justin, the FIBA YouTube Premiumship members, which you can get by joining just here on this YouTube stream. You'll find a join button just under the search bar on the live stream. And just from 99 cents, you can access a bunch of exclusive content.
Yeah, there's some great content available. One thing that's available, no matter which tier you choose, you have access to the members-only Discord. I like that idea. I'm also a fan of the exclusive Q&As they have monthly with FIBA experts.
Yes, that's probably the one that I'm most looking forward to as well, Justin. Anytime I can get a bit more of an insight into how the basketball world works or the people behind the players, that's the stuff that I'm signing up for.
So teams right now, you see the lineups on screen. They just covered France. There was USA, just swiped away. Both teams covering their game plans just before tip-off. This is going to be a strong United States team. There are the officials for this matchup. And France is going to have a bit of an uphill climb ahead of them. They already have one loss. That happened earlier in the group stages against Canada.
Yeah, that's right. They sure did. The rest of the time, you know, France had a great run, beating Chinese Taipei, Egypt in their group phases, and as you said, losing to Canada, who have now found themselves in the second semi-final of the tournament against Spain, which will be a little bit later. And France also beat Croatia in the group phase too. And yesterday they had a dominant performance against Italy, which found themselves now in the semi-final today.
Well, we are less than a minute away. USA already making their way onto the floor, ready for tip-off. Those of you in the chat, appreciate your support. Already see almost 50 likes for the broadcast as we have over 800 viewers. If you'd like to, go ahead and post in the chat where you're watching from and post a flag emoji for the team that you are supporting. It can be one of these two teams or it can be another team. But we already see Donna saying, "Let's go USA," 3 flags back to back to back, as well as William Evans showing their support from Pennsylvania.
And I can also see John Bernal tuning in from Tucson. And it looks like they're a fan of Addison Bajorn, number 4 for Team USA. So it looks like we've already got some family members and some great fans tuning into this game, Justin.
I always look forward to it. Always like seeing the people that know the players and some of the stories that they sometimes share. We've got Walitsko going to be tipping off for USA. And on the other side, the tip-off goes in favor of USA. But Cisse attempted to get the tip-off. She had a hand on it, but it stays with USA. And here we go. A drive to the left side by Swain, looking for an opening now. Robinson drives, splits defenders, up for 2, off the glass, no good. And that's going to be out of bounds to start off this game. United States always starts off fast and furious, but we've seen a couple games where they've kind of had to get the motor going.
Yeah, I think so, and especially in the quarterfinal against Japan yesterday, there were certainly times where the USA started to kind of pull themselves back a little bit and maybe get a bit complacent and go away from their non-negotiables once they had a strong lead. But I don't think they'll be able to afford to do that today against France.
France is a strong contender for gold, as well as medaling at all. We've seen in the power rankings, they were at number 2. They did drop down to number 4, but they're still in that top 5.
And in the competition history, France have won a bronze medal at the 2022 tournament and a silver at the 2018 tournament. And in the last 5 years, I've noticed that France and Spain have especially put a lot more funding and resources into their junior programs across men and women. And here we are, France in one semi and Spain in the other.
A missed three-pointer now leads to a possession for France. They're moving the ball quickly up the floor against USA's typical full-court press. It leads to a steal here by the defense, pushed to the basket, and it's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by France, trying to keep the possession, and Rolleron passes deep down the floor, and the first bucket does go to France. Quickly to the chat, we see a couple people showing their support. One from South Carolina, USA, Laney Grant's showing support for Laney Grant's hometown, and then just a slew of other supporters in the chat. Love to see it.
Yeah, we were lucky to have Laney Grant's grandmother and cousins watching the quarterfinal yesterday and entered the YouTube chat. So hopefully they've joined us again today.
Now, speaking of yesterday's quarterfinal, a little bit of history was being made by this Team USA, especially by Walitsko, and almost history made by Jersey Robinson.
Yeah, that's right. Walitsko tied the all-time rebound count for USA at a U17 World Cup tournament with 17 rebounds, and Jersey Robinson was 1 point away from equaling the scoring record. The scoring record for Team USA at this tournament is held by none other than Brianna Stewart, who had 30 points in 2010 against Japan.
A really big struggle here for the United States, starting out 0 for 9 from the field. Pass to the inside is going to be tipped away. It's going to be staying with France as it was last touched by Grant. We'll see what the United States can do to get a spark on offense. Right now, they are holding France to only 4 points in these first 3 minutes. Abby substitutes out of the game, and we see an inbound on the left side. Rolleron fades a two-pointer and drops it in. Didn't have much space to work with, but not a problem for her. Lead is up to 6 for France.
Perhaps not the start of the game that people were expecting, but if you've been watching France through this tournament, you wouldn't have any surprises.
Robinson spin move and gets the friendly bounce, 2 points. That's going to be the first bucket, but it took 10 attempts to get that first bucket. Now a quick steal and 2 points by Laney Grant, receiving it and putting it up quickly. Just like that, it's 6-4. To the right corner at the break, 3, splashes it away. 3 for France. And that's going to be number 10, Risa Shea.
That's a tough move there from number 10. Oh, not sorry, number 10, number 13, McKenna Walitsko. The rebound queen that we just mentioned earlier. And it looks like so far France's defense has been quite tough against USA. They're looking a little bit uncomfortable early on, but as we know, USA have that fierce backcourt trap that they can reply with.
Yeah, they always start out strong with that. Looks like this is going to be a full 5 substitution for France. So coming in early with making sure they have fresh players on the floor. Well, let's go at the line. Her first visit to the charity stripe. First free throw is good. She'll settle. And goes 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. One thing that the United States does well is that if they're not scoring, they are getting themselves to the line. And that's what most successful teams in this World Cup do. They get themselves to the charity stripe, get plenty of free throws, and that's where some people don't see the separation in the scoring.
Yeah, I think that's a really sound observation, actually. I know that USA had plenty of free throws against Japan in the quarterfinal yesterday, as did France. And both teams are shooting around the 62% range mark from the free throw line as well. So probably not. You probably can't afford to give away a lot of cheap fouls.
Simplo receives the ball, almost a 5-second violation for the inbound, but able to get it in. Cisse underneath the basket, gets it ripped away by Robinson. Fast break opportunity for the Stars and Stripes. She'll slow it down and try to find her own opening into the paint, up for two. Draws the foul. Robinson will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And just looking in the chat as well, Justin, it looks like we have some fans of JCRB who are watching from the Phoenix All-Star game this weekend. So getting a lot of basketball into their weekend, which we love to see.
Yeah, I love to see it. And it's something that we have seen in the past. Players of different levels will tune in and watch these World Cup events. Not only that, it's a great opportunity for two things. My favorite thing about this U17 World Cup, as well as U19, which happens on the opposite numbered years, is that players get a chance to show their talents and they get to work on their craft. They get to go against some of these top talents and see where they might be lacking in their skills.
Absolutely, setting themselves up for a sound career in basketball as well. Nice splash there from France, Justin.
Yeah, they are quick moving at this point. They are trying to go fast and furious with their scoring and try to leave USA in the dust. The Euro step doesn't go in favor on the shot, but an offensive rebound leads to a Robinson three. No good. Rebounded by Chloe Serra. Rousselier. And I apologize, Rousselier. I'm not very good at pronouncing these French names, but I do try to get my best, because one thing is that these players do deserve the respect at this level. They work hard, they get to this level. We try to say their names as best as we can.
Yeah, it can be a tricky part of the job as well, especially when this is the first time, but hopefully not the last time that we are meeting these athletes on court.
And a question for you, Jacinta, are you from New Zealand or Australia?
Good, that's a great question. I am from Australia. I'm calling the game today from Brisbane, sunny Brisbane. Despite it being winter, it's always sunny in Queensland.
13-8 as we are halfway through the first quarter. And so far, United States has not led in this game yet, which is a bit unusual. They usually get that lead early and they leave other teams in the dust. That's not the case here. The United States will keep possession as the ball goes out of bounds.
And I think sometimes, it's unfortunate sometimes when top teams are only really truly tested when it comes to semi-finals time, because it's almost like they haven't had the sound preparation leading into games like this. But I mean, this is a very talented team. I'm sure they'll be able to handle the adversities that were going to come their way.
A possibly injured Jersey Robinson. She's slow going. She's tending to her face a little bit, but I think she's fine. She's going to continue play. She's not calling for any type of help from the bench, substitution, anything like that. They will go right into their defensive man-to-man press. They're not applying too much pressure, just showing their presence. Drive to the right side, looking for the opening. Up top, Cisse drives, kick inside, and I apologize, Emma Otto is the recipient of that pass in the paint. Ball is out of bounds.
Doing a really, Justin, going to say France are doing a really great job of exercising some patience in their half-court offense and focusing on execution. I think something that has also seen France earn their spot in the semi is their sound decision-making throughout the tournament.
I'd have to agree. Recently they did play, and I was calling their matchup yesterday, actually day before, I believe, and they were just moving on all cylinders. They had moments where they were kind of lagging and matching their opponent and then just rushing forward with their scoring, leaving their opponent in the dust. 23, Dalstra able to get the 2 points, expanding the lead up to 7 ahead of the United States. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a short break for this timeout. We'll be right back. (15-8), an unexpected start to this game, but exactly what you want if you're Team France. Get up early and maintain that lead and have some wiggle room just in case the United States finds their footing. And an and one opportunity for Jersey Robinson. She's going to go to the line, try to make it a three-point play. What a move.
Yeah, really tough move. I think also what I like about Robinson's game that I've seen in this tournament is she's very versatile. There were times in the quarterfinal against Japan yesterday they were even posting her up, and if she wasn't getting buckets under the basket, she was 3 from 5 from the arc.
An offensive rebound can give them even more scoring. Robinson tried to get the rebound, fighting for the loose ball. Nobody has it quite yet, and now picked up by Manyaka. Hesitating. Screen left. Drive to the basket. Goes up for 2. Lost possession of the ball, but regains it. New shot clock as it hits rim. Well, let's go. Mid-range. No good. Another opportunity. Bajorn gets the ball ripped away. It's going the other way for France. They're still fighting for possession. This is fast and furious and aggressive basketball in the best way possible. To the inside, stolen away by Walitska. Correction, Bjorn with the steal. Swain loses her dribble, picks it back up. 16 seconds on the shot clock. To the paint, layup off the glass and good. United States, as I said, they're finding their footing, but France needs to take advantage of this lead and really find that adjustment. Ball kicked out of bounds. United States ball. Another chance for them to advance. A shout out to Jermaine, who has signed up for the FIBA YouTube membership program.
Yeah, and what a great time to sign up to the program as well. And while we're here, basketball fans, make sure you subscribe to the FIBA YouTube channel. It's the best way to stay up to date with all of the FIBA tournaments happening around the world, and you can, once you subscribe, you can set your notifications on and get reminded for when your favorite game is about to start.
Short timeout. We're going to get a listen into Team France. We'll be right back. 15-12, 2:29 remaining in the first quarter. It was a slow start for Jersey Robinson and Team USA, but once she found her footing, it seemed like the rest of the team did. She has 6 points. She started out in this game right now at 2 for 8 from the field with 2 for 3 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, the shooting percentages are telling quite a story as well, Justin. USA shooting at just 17.4% so far overall, and France shooting at a very healthy 66.7% overall, including 50% from the three-point line.
They're doing a great job of finding the right shots, the open shots. United States, they started off this game 0 for 9. A 3 for France will expand that lead back out. Brolaron for 3. She has 5 points in the game thus far.
Yeah, coming into this game, Brolaron was averaging 7.6 points per game, 3.4 rebounds per game, and 2.8 assists per game. So she's someone who can do a little bit of everything.
A spin up for 2. Off the mark. Shot by Maniaka is no good. With numbers, now United States able to catch up and have all 5 back on defense. Bjorn hits a screen as there's a drive to the bucket. Up for 2. It was a no-look layup. Risa Shea for 2.
Yeah, the reigning U16 Euro Championship MVP is coming up big in this semifinal.
And one thing to note is that at the beginning of this World Cup, they did have a top prospects list, and Risa Shea was listed as number 1. Now, if you had watched some of the games that France started out with, she wasn't really clicking on all cylinders to start off for France. Other players had to kind of step up to make up the difference, but she's really starting to shine her light late here in the brackets. Step back 3. It's high, it's off the mark. It'll be tipped in. And we're going to give credit to Cisse for that shot, as she did have a hand on it last. 20-14, about a 4-second difference between game and shot clock. United States with possession. They will have second to last shot unless they get a rebound. That's going to go the other way. France will have last possession, barring a turnover. Risa Shea. Screen. Uses it, goes around, into the paint, Euro step, floats a shot, up for 2, and France leading by double digits here at the end of the first quarter. Jacinta, I'm going to say I didn't expect this.
I expected a really close competition, but I certainly didn't expect such a great start from France. 24-14 is certainly making a statement in this semi-final. And having a look at some of the statistics, it is number 10, Risa Shea, with 7 points and 3 rebounds.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's their shooting percentage in this first quarter that has really helped them. They are 71% from the field, 80% from inside the arc.
And I think, again, just going back to what we mentioned before about how well France are at making the decision-making on the offensive end, I think that's certainly playing in their favour, and that's reflective in their high field goal percentage. I think for the other end for USA, they're certainly gone into a little bit of an ISO ball. Jersey Robinson, understandably being their outstanding scorer in this competition. But they looked their best yesterday in the quarterfinals when they played a lot more team ball and made sure they got ball through hands and moved the defense to make sure they got their best open shot.
So at this time, 24-14. Those of you in the chat, we appreciate you joining us. Make sure to click that like button right now at 141 likes with over 2,000 viewers at this time. Click the bell to be notified anytime FIBA goes live with any of its thousands of broadcasts that they put up each year, and they're always free here on YouTube. You can also click the join button to join the FIBA YouTube membership program and earn all kinds of benefits, including access to exclusive and early access to videos. Also check out the Courtside 1891 app. There you can scan that QR code, or you can search it in your app store. Those of you in the chat, we appreciate you joining us. I'm seeing some French flags flying in the chat.
Yeah, and I also want to give a quick shout out to someone in the chat whose username is just Robert. Robert has been tuning into a lot of the games this competition and mentioned that he's a fan of our commentating, Justin. So I alluded in the quarterfinal to make sure that he tuned into the semi-final, me knowing that we would be on the game together.
You know what? I did the same thing. I've seen Robert in multiple broadcasts, and I don't think he's a fan of one team. I think he's a fan of FIBA basketball, just like you and me, as we have the second quarter underway. Pass to the inside. Threads the needle up for two, and free throws coming at the line for Jersey Robinson. Wow, what an interesting start we've had, and it seems like the chat is really interested in this game. They're really getting involved.
Yeah, they certainly are, and it definitely makes our jobs sometimes a little bit easier when we're calling on our own, knowing that we have people to engage with in the chat that are just as big a basketball fans as us, as you mentioned before.
Let's also show a little love to Chatting with Chad, as I've had opportunities to chat with him a little bit in multiple broadcasts, all the way from the start of the group stages.
Yes, Chad has also been in the chat for some of the games I've called too, so it is really nice when we have some regular fans coming up still in the semi-final stage.
Drive to the basket, up for two, no good. Off balance, it was well defended. Robinson passes up the side. Grant up for two, draws the foul, and this is something we talked about earlier. United States gets to the line. Now, right now, they are shooting 5 for 7 from the charity stripe, and expect plenty more free throws for them to hit.
Yeah, I really like how they're starting to be a lot more aggressive in transition, because every team member on Team USA is a certified scorer. And if they continue to be aggressive on transition, if they're not making layups, as you said, they're going to make it to the free throw line and certainly put the French defense under pressure.
A discussion from the French coach. We heard him very animated towards his French team as they were only up by 3, and now they were able to expand up to a 10-point lead, now 9. First free throw by Grant is off the mark. Second shot up and good. 1 for 2 during the visit. That puts United States 6 for 9 from the charity stripe. Working the ball around the perimeter, looking for the opening. Simplo, drive. At the elbow. Drive for the basket. 2 free throws coming at the line. And they'll be shot by Kathy Emma Otto.
And just really lovely court vision from the French here. Maintaining ball security, exercising patience, hitting that weak side, and finding the middle penetration.
For 2 during the visit to the charity stripe. Numbers for United States, 1-on-2. She'll keep it herself. Euro steps her way to the bucket, and that's going to be Lainey Grant, 5 points on the game. Now Lainey Grant defending, trying to get the stop. It's a 6-point ball game as United States has chipped away a little bit at this lead. Up for 2, rebounded. Robinson, mid-range at the elbow. I believe it was blocked. Up for 2 on the putback. That's going to be Jordan Palmer with her first bucket of the game.
Jordan Palmer is someone to certainly look out for. Also a player that does a little bit of everything. Against Japan, added 3 big blocks to her stats yesterday.
There was a game earlier on in the bracket, I believe in the round of 16. She was at one point on pace for a triple-double. Just came short as she stopped earning assists. Just wasn't getting any assists in that, but At halftime, she had 5 plus about, I believe, 7 or 8 rebounds, and she already had double digits on scoring.
And coming into this tournament too, she was actually named the Gatorade Player of the Year for Pennsylvania. So obviously showcasing her talents nationally, obviously earning her spot now here in Team USA. But it's great to see that a skill set is being translated into the world stage.
Swain on the left wing, directing traffic pass to the inside. Going to be tipped away by Otto and stolen. Fast break. Passes up the floor. Wilitsko with the steal. A great job intercepting the pass to stop the fast break opportunity for France. Robinson to the inside. Palmer up for 2. Misses her shot. Rebounded by Dahlstra. Thought about taking a 3. Dahlstra sets a screen. From the elbow. Shots off the mark. 6-point ball game as France has a second chance on this possession. 8-second shot clock. Steps back. Lubins passes over to the right side to the interior. Up for 2. Well defended by Andrews. There's a collision on the floor and a foul.
Really heavy Boston but 2 very shots down the other end of the floor for France. Sticking to their rules, I really like that 2-man game between Dahlstra and I think Simplo, finding Dahlstra at the elbow and then going again for the reseal after the offensive rebound. This is the kind of high IQ that we've come to know from France now in this tournament.
And there we saw the replay, and it was just a collision. I don't think Robinson saw the defender there, was surprised, which is why an offensive foul was not called. It was defensive, as the defender knew where she was and what she was doing, trying to defend. Palmer lost possession of the ball. Fight for the ball. A jump ball is finally called.
I really like how the referees are letting the physicality go in this game. Obviously, they've done a great job calling a lot of the hands fouls and the shooting fouls, but allowing the young athletes to play with physicality, I really like seeing that.
Yeah, it is a physical game. There are lines, and the referees are well aware of where those are, where it's aggressive play versus anything that might be unsportsmanlike. But they do let these things kind of play through in many moments. But they do a great job. This is a tough position for these referees to be in, and that's why they choose these specific referees for these semifinals and finals. What a block by Palmer, going the other way. Swain splits the defenders, no good on the layup. Going to be out of bounds. And last touch by United States, I believe by Robinson. France with a chance to expand their lead. 6:37 left in the first half. One of the things we were talking about earlier and that I was mentioning was the 2 things that I like about this World Cup is the ability to kind of shine their light, showing what they're made of, what their talents are at this young level, U17, but also the ability to work on their craft, build their skills, going against some of the best players across the world. And what I love is the U17 trophy represents that pretty well.
Yeah, it certainly does. There's a really nice article on the official tournament page. The idea of the trophy is that it celebrates the new, raw and true talents of the competition and the players who represent the future of the game, as well as their energy and emotions. So the trophy is a result of rocks being shaped into prizes with unique, abstract and geometrically pleasing features with different shapes and angles. So a lot of thought has gone into the design to truly represent and reflect the athletes playing at the tournament.
Yeah, and I agree. And one of the things I love that it says a little bit later on, I believe, is that the inspirational phrase behind it is diamond in the rough. And it's a perfect interpretation, in my opinion.
And using an example of something I love about these tournaments is we get to see, our future WNBA players, Olympic players before, they get there. And for example, not too long ago, our very own Ezzy Magbagor from Australia was MVP of this tournament, and now she's a staple at the Seattle Storm.
Yeah, I'll give a chance as we have a break for USA listening. Let me know which player competed in the U19 2021 Women's World Cup and is now a star in the WNBA. Let me know in the chat.
Set a good screen. Okay, let's go orange spread. Who's my bigs? You two? Jordan? Okay, McKenna, you're here. Jordan, you're here. Okay, guards are here. We're using McKenna. Jordan, set a screen on her guy. McKenna, you're copying here. Jordan, you're looking for the slip. Now McKenna, drive the line over here. USA on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Returning to play, United States with possession. They are down 8, not the position they want to be, but a great challenge for them at this point. They're moving the ball around the perimeter, looking for an opening to the inside. Post move up for 2, and a great shot and finish by Palmer.
And just someone in the chat asking for the shooting percentage so far. Just to update, Team USA's shooting percentage overall is 23.5%. compared to France's 52.2%. That includes 40% from the three-point line for France. And I just want to say a quick hello to David Skidmore, who has entered the chat, who's giving Justin and myself a shout out. Someone also that we see regularly at the FIBA tournament. So hello to you, David.
So a couple of you have actually tried to answer the question, and I see 2 people mentioning the name. One of them has the right answer. It is going to be Caitlin Clark, who competed in the FIBA U19 World Cup back in 2021. There's highlights available on the FIBA YouTube page as well as on the website if you want to search for it. Kind of have to dig a little bit, but it's available there. And I had the pleasure of calling a couple of those games, and she played very impressively. And that's what I love. Any of these players we could be seeing in just 3 years, maybe 5 years in the WNBA. To the inside, up for 2, no good. It actually is good. I thought it hit front of the rim, got a friendly bounce. Bjorn earns her first bucket of the game. Around the perimeter. Lisa Shea drives to the basket. Euro step up for 2. Layup is good. 4:10 remaining here in the first half. As France continues to lead, but Bjorn back-to-back buckets for United States. 32-26.
Yeah, Addison Bjorn is someone that France need to keep an eye on. She was really good on the offensive rebounds against Japan. So while the focus is on the likes of Robertson and Velichko, Bjorn has been swooping in with the O-boards and the putbacks.
There are 3 players who have not made it onto the floor just yet, but you need to watch out for them when they do make it onto the floor. Lampley, Eschmeyer, and Skinner, they can put up some numbers if you don't watch out.
And that was a tough finish there by Palmer in transition, protecting the ball with 2 hands and still having enough time and space to make a lovely finish with the right, Justin.
Yeah, great finish. Palmer has been doing some tremendous work on the interior. Hasn't been a big three-point shooter, been leaving that to some of her teammates. But still, right now, United States, their top scorer, Jersey Robinson with 9 points. She struggled early, but has found her footing a little bit. She also has 3 rebounds as well as a steal. On the other side, the top performer for France is going to be Risa Shea with 9 points. She also has 3 rebounds and 1 assist with a block mixed in. Let's get a quick listen in to France. (32-28), United States chipping away at the lead. France has led by as many as 10 points, but now to a 4-point game. Those of you in the chat, we welcome you to the broadcast. I'm Justin Taylor, and with me, if I say this wrong, Jacinta, please call me out. Jacinta Covent.
Very well done, Justin. Very well done.
Oh, I tried to do my best. Mid-range shot is going to be off the mark for France. Rebounded, pushing the tempo. Bajorn loses possession. Frustration you can see immediately in her body language. It's going to go back the other way for France. If you're in the chat, we appreciate you joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. Also, you can ask us any question you like in the chat, and we may answer it.
And we are on double-double watch as well, Justin, with Sarah Cisse from France with 6 points and 4 rebounds. So perhaps maybe a little bit of a premature double-double watch, but I'm going to keep an eye on it nonetheless.
A well-set screen. And now working the ball around the perimeter. 1 second left. She doesn't see the clock, so it'll be a shot clock violation committed by France. United States ball, a chance to cut into the lead.
I think this will be a really big turning point for USA. If they're able to get a score in this particular possession, momentum will certainly start to shift in their favour and put France under pressure.
Grant drives, has a defender help. She goes back towards the basket, up for 2, gets a friendly roll and in. Now it's a 1-possession game for Team USA. Grant with 7 points.
Sound opportunity now for USA to get a stop and get an easy bucket in transition to try and get this lead equalized.
As I mentioned earlier, there were a couple games, and this is an example of it, that USA, they took a minute to get the gas going, get something flowing, find their footing, and now it's a 2-point ball game and a chance to tie or take the lead after that turnover.
Yeah, and taking a look now at the overview scores quarter by quarter, USA are leading this quarter 16-8 after losing the first quarter 24-14. So not only have they started to get the engine running offensively, they've done a great job being able to limit France's scoring options as well.
Hands off. Palmer passes to the inside. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Up for 2. Well defended and possibly blocked by Paul. Simplo receives a screen, drives, floats a shot from the elbow, no good, gets her own rebound. France looking for an opportunity to expand their lead. Kick to the corner, 3 attempted, splashes it away. That's going to be Justine Lubens for 3.
I love that her teammates were getting up and into it off the bench as well as she turned to give them that 3. That was a real kind of catch and shoot classic from Lubens.
Yeah, I agree. France, their bench gets really animated, really involved. Even at different moments of the game, they had a game that they were just winning by a good amount, and they still were just jumping and cheering, and I love the energy. They are at a top-tier level for their age, and I love to see it.
It's certainly the bench that makes the team in a lot of different ways, including the keeping the camaraderie high.
Thought about a three, but going to pass to the inside. From the corner, splashes another one. And Rusiera credited with the three-pointer. Mid-range shot is off the mark, only hits backboard, no good on the shot by Andrews. France expanding their lead back out. They're going to have this lead going into halftime. High off the backboard, it's going to go the other way as it is out of bounds.
Yeah, perhaps just getting caught up in the hype and the excitement as we approach halftime of this game on that occasion. I think it would have been a little bit better if France used the clock, given they're just outside, a little bit over a 2-for-1 opportunity, but had they used the clock and making sure that they got a really good shot would have been a bit better than that loopy left-hand layup. 5
seconds between game and shot clock. Three attempted for United States. It's a deep shot, no good. Rebounded by France. No shot clock. 10 seconds remaining. Last shot will more likely go to France. Drive to the basket. Doesn't get far. She's at the elbow. Move it around. Deep three attempted. Put back opportunity is missed, but a foul is called. Chance to get this back up to a 10-point lead for France.
Well, that was just outstanding anticipation there for the putback. By the time the ball was in the air, I think it was Qualva, who we see here at the free throw line. She was already on the move for the rebound and just timed that putback beautifully.
Oh, man. Holve just barely Holve. She barely got that one to drop. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It is a 10-point lead. It's going to have to be just catch it and go to halftime for the United States. 40-30. What a first half we've seen. It's not the scoring we typically see from the United States. And right now, France, they have scored more in a half than a couple teams have scored an entire game.
Yeah, France are really firing. They're still shooting at 50% from the field overall compared to Team USA's 27.9%. 50% from the three-point line as well for France. It's just all going their way. I think they're very disciplined. They're doing it hard on the defensive end as well. Just seeing in those last couple of possessions, limiting USA to just one shot. And the scoring is really spread as well for France. You know, Rissochet is still leading the scorers for France with 9 points, and USA is Jersey Robinson. But really sound team basketball, strong defensive concepts for France, and here they are with a 10-point lead.
Laura Bodeman says second half comeback loading. We'll see if that is true or if that loading bar stalls out with an error. We'll be back with more FIBA action after this halftime break. 40-30. We'll be back.
education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Nicaragua haciendo historia.
The fourth meeting in the finals of an American. Off we go. Ball game. The passion, the emotion of international basketball. How do you not love it? The America
returning to play in France with a 10-point lead. Currently on an 8-0 run on this Team USA. And I'm Justin Taylor. Jacinta Govint is with me in the virtual booth as we have this matchup underway. United States, it's a bit of an opposite for them. Usually they are leading at halftime. They've led for every game thus far. They have had slow starts, but France has taken advantage of those slow starts and kept them slow. And our 5 on the floor: Robinson, Swain, Grant, Abbey, and Wilitzko. On the other side, the starting 5 for the half for France: Kavoka, Rollin, Risache, Bentoumi, and Cisse. Drive to the paint, trying to find some space. United States in the interior, up for 2, well defended by Bentoumi. Jacinta, this is kind of how it's been. They've played great defense on the interior, and that's, I believe, is what slowed down this Team USA.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Justin. France only committing 8 personal fouls in the first half, and to be fair, Team USA only committing 5 personal fouls. But it has been a physical game, but a lot of sound defense as well from the French team, making it very difficult for Team USA to get the shots that they really want. The shooting percentage is still at 28.3% for USA and 48.5% now for France. And a really interesting statistic after halftime is the assist count. USA only committing 2 assists compared to France's 8, which I think is very reflective of USA's one-on-one style basketball we've seen in the first half.
Bentoumi answers quickly after United States got 2 points. 2 free throws at the line for a free throw at the line for Bentoumi as she has an and one opportunity. Settles, takes her free throw, and it is 3 points on the possession. France now with their biggest lead of 11 points for this game. Try to go the interior, passes off the mark, picked up, and going the other way, Rollin. Rolleron, I apologize. A layup. Quick answer after the turnover, and who else but Risa Shea. She now has 11 points in this matchup.
And just a quick point about Risa Shea. We did mention she was the U16 Euro Championship MVP. She's also part of the Tony Parker Academy. And I just this on Instagram account. Join LELC Asvel Feminine Pro Team next season, which is one of the professional teams in the professional league in France. So despite her young age and already showing strong talent, she's ready for the pros.
Ball moving around the interior. Going to be intercepted by Robinson. United States looking for that offensive spark to get them going and cutting back into this lead. They had earlier cut the lead down to 2, but France quickly responded at the end of the first half. 2 free throws coming at the line for Robinson. And as she receives the ball, we notice that it is a Molten brand ball. And one thing you can do to help support our broadcasts is by providing donations through Super Chats. You can also sign up to join the FIBA YouTube membership program as well to earn benefits. But your support with the Super Chats really do help the broadcast as well. One thing you can benefit from the Super Chats is if you provide a $2 or greater Super Chat, you have a chance at winning an official Molten basketball. And I believe you have some information on those Molten basketballs.
Yeah, so Molten being the official partner for FIBA tournaments, the Molten balls as we can see played throughout the whole tournament. But Moulton and FIBA have also partnered up to showcase a new Women in Basketball initiative that was launched just at this tournament here in Mexico. The initiative is called Game with No Limits, and it's designed to support young players on and off the court. And it is part of an initiative that started in 2022 called the Female Local Championships program that Moulton launched during the World Cup. That showcase women in the sport who are fitting and knowing the women's game. So there's a lot of great information about it on the official tournament website. And if you go as far into the links to find who were the inaugural Women's Championship program on there, you may see a familiar face.
Currently, this run for France has been expanded to an 18-4 run, which started just shortly before the end of the first half. So France really stepping down on the gas. They've shot a 3. They hit 2 points. They are hitting buckets left and right, possession after possession, and they are getting defensive stops against this USA team who has been known to be dominant.
Yeah, the French, on defense, just playing with a lot of body. They aren't cheating on any kind of deflections. They obviously scout pretty well, and they are very, very disciplined on each end of the floor. I just want to give a quick shout out to Jermaine Johns and also Harley Westgate, who are 2 members of the premium FIBA YouTube membership that are joining us for this game. So hello to you. And I also noticed, Justin, a YouTube identity there with the last name Dulstra, who is supporting France. So I'm guessing that's going to be a relative of number 23, Claire Dulstra.
Yeah, if you'll let us know in the chat if that is so. But still, great seeing all the support for these players, not only from people in general, but like you were saying, family members as well. They show their support from afar. This place taking place overseas for people who are supporting the French team. It's south of the border for those who are supporting from United States. Foul will be called on the floor. Bjorn on the floor. I believe she has received, she drew the foul, I should say. It was an offensive foul. Bentumi called for her first personal foul. I don't believe we have too many players that are going to be considered foul trouble. One of them that we could be on watch for, Kathy Emma Otto. She has 3 fouls for France. And the most fouls by any player for Team USA is going to be Jersey Robinson with 2. Another foul committed, this time defensively by France. Inbounded up top. Going to be tipped. Robinson picks it up at the elbow. Bit beyond it. Takes a mid-range shot. Drops it in for 2. Lead cut to 13. 14 points for Jersey Robinson. Around the perimeter, a 3 attempted for France, off the mark, doesn't hit rim. Bjorn will get the rebound, pushing the tempo, coast to coast, up for 2, no good. Going to be rebounded by Robinson on the offense, up for 2 herself, doesn't get it. Fast break opportunity going the other way. 3-on-1. Loses possession of the ball, tries to tip it away to a teammate. It'll go out of bounds. And it'll be last touched by, I believe, France. Here we see Polve was on the floor. It was actually a foul call. France is over the limit as we are just near halfway through the third quarter. So this is a good opportunity for United States. If they can continue to draw fouls, they'll keep going to the line, whether it's in active shooting or not.
Yeah, just as we were complimenting each team for not committing too many fouls in the first half, France have already got at least 5 fouls in this third quarter when they only committed 8 in the first half. But just as you said, Justin, they need to start playing smarter because otherwise USA are going to get within single digits just from the free throw line. And I think that I imagine that France being smart enough are going to sharpen up a bit, but it'll be interesting to see advantage of being over the limit.
A question from FIBA in the chat, and this is for all of you who are in the chat viewing with us. Which player has impressed you the most so far? Jacinta, wondering if you want to give your input on who has impressed you.
Oh, that's a great question. For this game so far, I'd have to go with number 10 from France, Rissochet. She's been outstanding for France this game. But if I'm talking about the whole tournament, that's going to be tricky. I quite like Isabel Hassan from Italy. The games that I saw, she had a great tournament.
You can put in your input into the chat, and we may shout it out as well. A steal. It is a 9-point game. Chance to make it 7, and they do. And now you see the expression from Wolitzko as United States has found their fire. France realizing it. They want to slow things down, get things figured out, take care of possession of the ball. And we're going to get a quick listen into France. As we return to play, we earlier said 18-4 run by France, but now if we look at the stats, United States currently on a 9-0 run. They do commit a foul. Free throws, I believe, are coming at the line for Justine Lubens. That doesn't seem to be the case, actually, now that I'm taking a second glance. It'll be a side inbound, baseline inbound. Dalstra receives and hands it off to Simpla. Dalstra lays up for 2, no good. A deep 3, Risa Shea off the mark, rebounded by Robinson. So Jacinta, as I just said, it is a 9-0 run for USA, now expanded to an 11-0 run.
Yes, and this is the sound team concepts we've seen glimpses on throughout this tournament, coming out of that press especially, that we know Team USA can bring, and we just haven't seen it at all this game. When they play together as a team, when they get their assist count up, when they move the ball, they are unstoppable, and that was some of the feedback that their coach was giving against Japan in the quarterfinal. Move the ball, make the ball do the work, and here we are with another layup from USA, just making sure the ball gets through a couple more sets of hands.
13-0 run for USA. Now keep in mind, they have not led at any point in this game. The full 25 minutes have gone to France. Rebounded by USA. France are just starting to show a little bit of signs of panic, I think. This is a time where they need to keep a cool head and focus on limiting the
limiting the Team USA kind of running away with this.
And just for a moment there, as Coach Meg Barber was talking with her players, a bit of a smile from her as she is happy with the current progress of this team, but still plenty of work to do. You never know when France is going to get it clicking again and get this lead expanded back out. Palmer at the line. Again, she's at the line because of a foul on the floor, but France is over the line. They for fouls. This happened about a minute and a half ago on the game clock.
And USA, speaking of scoring runs, they are now on a 14-point scoring run, which is the biggest of the game. And they're winning this quarter so far 18-10. We'll make it 19 now to 10, which is a massive turnaround.
There we see the full court pressure being applied by the United States. Almost led to a steal. Instead, a three-point opportunity for Dalstra. And that's going to be the first bucket in quite a while for France.
Yeah, hopefully that bucket from Dalstra will just kind of calm some of the nerves in the French team and help them maintain focus to finish out this third quarter strong.
That scoring drought was for 3 minutes and 40 seconds of game time for France. Now the lead expanded back out to 4. United States at the block. Palmer, 2 defenders in front and behind. Passes out to Robinson. Drive. 10-second shot clock. A foul is called. Free throws coming at the line. And this is exactly how United States wants to play this. They want to play aggressive, make the other team foul them.
Yeah, and you can just see Dalstra committing that hands foul there. She was in the right position at the right time, but just needed to shift her feet over a little bit closer to the basket, making sure she really gets into that lane that Robinson was looking to exploit.
Robinson 6 for 9, now 7 for 10 from the charity stripe. United States 14 for 18 total on the night. Two for 2 during the visit to the charity stripe. A large substitution for Team France.
Yeah, I'm really interested by these high number of substitutions. It's not common, especially in a semi-final, that you want to be rotating your players, a large number of your players so often. There must be method to it.
Cisse, Bentumi, Rolleron, and Kavaka are the substitutes now in the lineup for France. The one remaining that did not get subbed out, Risa Shea. Offensive foul called. Not the situation that United States wants to be in. They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity. Side inbound for France. Applying the double team. Strong pressure. Get it across the half line. Pass to the corner. Jab steps, goes left. And they'll back it up. Rolleron up top. Risa Shea. Give and go back to Risa Shea. 4 seconds on the shot clock left. Step back, 2 ball. Good! What a shot by Risa Shea. It's going to be her 15th point of the game.
That is just the bomb, the points that France needed before USA really took over this third quarter.
2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Robinson drives, goes up for 2. Able to get her own rebound. Try it again. Third time. No! It's going to be a traveling violation. She shows a bit of surprise on her face, believing possibly that she was fouled, but I'm willing to bet if we take a look at a replay, we will see a well-defended play. And these referees are eagle-eyed. They usually see stuff that others don't.
Yeah, really, really smart there by France, making sure they're not committing a foul. Something that it could tidy up, though, is their rebounds. USA have 16 offensive rebounds to their 9 so far in this game, so certainly an area for improvement for France.
Bajorn was a bit slow to get up. I believe she took it to the mouth on here. Let's take a look at the replay, and it was just a forearm that went to the face. Unintentional, but she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. As again, time and time again, I'm not sure how many fouls have been committed just in this quarter alone, but it is, I believe, almost 10 by France.
Yeah, it's way too many, especially that each team is 2% from the free throw line, but each team exceeding that. USA, well, now just dropping to a tiny bit, going 0 from 2 there, but France is 75% from the free throw line, and USA are 71.43. So both teams shooting a lot better, so the fouls really need to reduce in the fourth quarter.
3 attempt by France is off the mark. It's going to be tipped and rebounded by United States. 1:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Robinson drives, floats a shot high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by France, initially into the hands of one player and then into another. Quick steal, leaping in there for the steal. J.C. Abbey trying to get the response on the steal, draws the foul. Once again to the line is United States. Jersey Robinson draws the foul.
I wonder in that situation if Ben Toomey was a little bit kind of taking the risk there of fouling Robinson and making her earn it from the free throw line rather than just giving away an easy layup. So it's probably a good foul to take.
Yeah, it is interesting. Right now, Jersey Robinson is positive on her free throws, 72% from the line, 8 for 11, only missed 3 of them. But, you know, it's one of those moments where making them earn it at the line is in some cases good defense, especially if they miss one.
And just in the chat, we've got someone asking if Lainey Grant is hurt. To our understanding, I don't think she is. Perhaps she's just not in the rotation right now. If the coach is happy with the and that the 5 got within 2, then sometimes some of the players just have to sit out, unfortunately. You've got to play with the best 5 who's going to get them the win.
With all the fouls that have taken place, we have 4 players on foul watch and foul trouble. One of the players that is in real foul trouble, Talia Kavaka for France. She has 4 fouls, and it's only the third quarter. Other 2 players to watch, Kathy Ebaada with 3, as well as Maywin Holvek. A chance for United States to tie.
Yeah, I really like how aggressive Bajorn has been on the penetration in this game. She's been someone who's consistently been running the lanes, getting out in transition, putting pressure on that French defense as well. Probably one of the unsung heroes of this team as well. Also someone that's really great at getting on the offensive rebounds, as we saw against Japan last game. This game she has 4 rebounds, but I think it's her timing and her positioning under the basket that can put some pressure on the French team.
Interesting play there. Gets the rebound. Maybe she felt like she was falling out of bounds, so great play to throw it off of the back of J.C. Abbey. France 1-point lead. Remaining here in the third quarter. 2 players on the floor. Offensive foul. That's going to be against Sarah Cisse. It's her 2nd personal foul. And I apologize. Actually, I'm misreading this. This is going to be her 4th personal foul. She is in foul trouble for the game. And
that's not good for France, Justin.
yeah, Polve is not in foul trouble. She has 0 fouls. I got a little mixed up on my lines between fouls and turnovers. So Cisse with 4 fouls, as well as Emma Otto with 3 fouls. Those are the 2 players that were actually in foul trouble. Nobody else in foul trouble based on the stats that we have.
Yeah, it's a real shame that Cisse is on 4 fouls for France, especially as we're yet to play the 4th quarter, because she was outstanding against Italy in the quarterfinal. She had 17 points and 6 rebounds. So she, her absence is going to be felt, I think, by the French team.
Right now, both big, tall players for France. Otto, Cisse. That is a tough decision for the coach to have them both out of the lineup. You need that height, you need that strength in the interior, and you're not going to have that for a while. So the United States was able to tie up the game. 14 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. France with a chance to take their lead back. Up the sideline. Looking for the opening. Rolleron takes the mid-range 2, high, no good. Rebounded by United States. And now what was a 10-point lead at halftime is a tie ball game. Here is we're about to see the start of the 4th quarter. Since United States has turned it around, and it all is thanks to their aggressive play and drawing fouls.
Yeah, that's right. They've really turned it around in this 3rd. We've seen the flip the script from the 1st quarter where France led 24-14, and now coming into the 3rd, USA winning the 3rd quarter 25-15, with both teams scoring 16 in the 2nd, which is how we have ended up being tied. So USA doing a great job, doing the hard work to try and claw it back to a 55-point ball game each way. I would definitely say that the French committed way too many fouls in that 3rd quarter and providing a lot more free throw opportunities for Team USA. They've already gotten to the free throw line 26 times this game, shooting 19 from 26. And France have only gotten to the free throw lines 8 times. So it would be great to see if France could continue to be aggressive on the dribble penetration, getting a few more deep catches in the post as we saw there on the highlights with Dulstra. And I think that they'll be able to take a bit more control in this game.
Well, we've got 10 minutes of play left to determine who will be guaranteed a medal and a chance to earn gold. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be right back once we have resume of play. We're back to play. Taking a quick look at the chat. There was a question posted by FIBA. Final score predictions. Let's go. And we already got a couple in here. Laura Boldman saying 78-70 win for Team USA, as Ambot says USA will win by 10.
And also in the chat, someone asking if USA has ever lost this tournament, and they sure have. In 2016, Australia won this tournament after beating USA in the semi-final, and they went on to beat Italy in the gold medal match.
A corner.
That's the only time.
A corner 3 by Robinson gives USA their first lead of the game.
And just an interesting stat as well coming into the fourth quarter, Justin. Team USA now have 11 steals, and I think they got a lot in that third quarter out of the press. And they have scored 26 points off turnovers. So I think that's an interesting stat of
in the lineup right now for France: Rusiera, Simplo, Lubens, Otto, and Dalstra. Keep in mind, Otto with 3 fouls. On the other side for Team USA, they're 5. Bajorn, Robinson, Swain, Maniaka, and Wolitska. A 1-point game, anybody's ball game with less than 9 minutes remaining. Into Robinson, backing down the baseline, fakes one way, cuts under and gets the 2-point jumper. Robinson sitting at 26 points, and if she keeps this up, this is her chance to break that scoring title. I know we talked about it earlier, Jacinta, how Robinson had 29 points in the last game, and now already at 26, 8 minutes remaining.
Yeah, correct. So if you are just joining us, the scoring record for Team USA at a U17 Women's World Cup is 30 points, held by Brianna Stewart, and she got that record in 2010 against Japan. And as you mentioned, Justin, Jersey Robinson had 29 against Japan in the quarterfinal yesterday. And yeah, she's on track now to either equaling or breaking it.
Drive to the basket, up for 2, expands the lead to a 2-possession game. Those 2 points by Swain. Really applying the pressure here in the fourth quarter. France has been doing what they've done for the most part against this break, and that's just getting the ball up the floor quickly. The United States has gotten steals off of it, but France has handled it pretty well. They are feeling the pressure, though, at this point. Inbounds to the block, post move, Dalstra up for 2, well defended! Oh, a foul is going to be called against Maniaka. You heard the excitement of the fans. They thought it was going to be a block. Instead, a foul is going to be called for contact on the shot. Barber having a short discussion with the official on the play, as Dalstra will take her 2 free throws.
Very important free throws as well for France, because this could see an early momentum shift in the fourth quarter if she goes 2 from 2.
One for 2 during that visit. Offensive rebound by Otto, but it's going to be a turnover. Fast break opportunity, 3-on-1. 2-on-1, layup off the front of the rim, no good as it goes off to the side. Stays with the United States, 7:50 remaining.
Super important right now for France to limit the USA to 1 shot per possession, focusing on rebounding as well, given that USA have quite a few. They have 18 offensive rebounds for this game. So this is the time now where France really need to lock down defensively. Don't allow any more offensive rebounds. Get the ball and run.
What defense by Dalstra. Getting ball, getting the block out of bounds. That is 7 blocks by France. Up for 2. Friendly bounce for Robinson. She'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
What a tough play from Robinson as we have a look here on the replay. Taking on 2 in the spin move. And the friendly roll to finish. She's pumped up and stepping up big time for when her team needs it the most.
Currently sitting at 28 points for this game. This to make it 29 to tie her tournament high in scoring.
So the scoring record for this particular tournament is 40 points, which was committed by a player from Mali. But now she is on track to tying the record for Team USA. Just 1 point away again now, Justin.
Yes, thank you for that clarity on that. Want to make sure we get all the details correct. A quick 2 points scored by USA. They are on fire. Manyaka adding on with her first bucket of the game. Timeout on the floor by France. And we're going to have to take a little bit of pause as we listen in to the bench. USA chants coming from up in the stands. 67-59. Still too early to call. 7.5 left in the fourth quarter. Jacinta, this all started in the third quarter with some aggressive play from Team USA, getting themselves to the line, getting themselves to the rim. And now we're seeing them continue that aggression, but it's following through with their shots and finishing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're playing a lot better team defense, as we see there. Unfortunately, a foul called, but it just looks like that France in that offensive possession were a little bit uncertain, a little bit in a spin. They did a great job on the scout, leaving the likes of Otto open on the elbow, knowing that she's unlikely to take a shot from that range. And I think it's certainly on the defensive end where Team USA, and as you said, getting on the free throw line that put them back into this position. They're currently leading the fourth quarter 12 points to 4. So again, doing a good job of just stifling France on the offensive end.
Otto at the line, misses her first free throw. Wilitzko committed the foul. It's her third personal of the game, so she'll have to be a little bit careful if she wants to remain in the remainder of this fourth quarter. Second shot is up and no good. Trying to get the rebound. Instead, United States will have possession, pushing the tempo, getting to the rim, playing aggressive as usual, and they're getting their shots to fall time and time again. Swain with 2 points. Strong defensive presence. Otto passes out to the wing, to the corner. Back up top, Lubins. Simplo, 3, off the mark. Rebounded by Bajorn.
And just see that trap starting in the backcourt for USA, a traditional trap that you're likely to see in any kind of backcourt situation. But it looks like as well it carried on into the front court where they were focusing on trapping in the corners, and especially France doing the right thing, getting a ball reversal, trying to find a shooter in the deep corner. But that actually played into the trap a little bit, and France are lucky to get out of it without causing a turnover on that occasion.
The United States currently on a 7-0 run. Moving the ball around the perimeter to the inside. High layup gets a friendly bounce, and that'll be 2 points for Manyaka. Intercepted by Robinson and saves it, gets it right to Wilitzko. Going to be tipped from behind, out of bounds. Will stay with the Stars and Stripes team.
That was beautifully done, executed that press in that situation. Robinson having great anticipation, following the ball and being able to nab that steal. Would love to now see those steals be converted into layups as we've seen in the start of this fourth quarter. And if it continues the way it's going, Justin, USA may have themselves a 20-point lead soon.
They very well could. They are firing on all cylinders. This is the latest I've seen them really get themselves going in an offensive rebound putback by Wilitzko. Currently, Wilitzko sitting with 6 points and 8 rebounds after that putback.
And really just to see she ain't going to college, because looking online, she has some really outstanding offers so far from different colleges, including Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Stanford. And Eschmeyer and Swain, her current teammates for USA, are already committed to Stanford. So it'd be pretty cool if all three of them could go to the same school.
Risa Shea's 18th point of the game, a result of a three-pointer, cuts this lead down to 11. 5:15 remaining. Backdoor cut. Going to be well defended. Oh, thought it was well defended. Instead, that's going to be, I believe, the fourth foul. Yes, it's going to be the fourth foul against Kathy Emma Otto. Both Otto and Cisse with 4 fouls. So we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a short break for the listen in. We'll be right back. Wilitzko knocks down the first free throw. Two for two during the visit to the line, expanding the lead out to 13 points. The United States has not had this lead for long.
That's true, but they've been able to maintain it, which I think is equally as important as getting the lead in the first place. Getting that good lead and maintaining it, they've done a sound job of that. They haven't been allowed France to have a sniff back into this game since they've got the lead.
And in that moment, Rolleron called for a foul. Jersey Robinson drew the foul. Rolleron really wanted to have credit for that rebound. It was right in front of her. Robinson just kind of swooped in and stole it away. Underneath bucket for 2 for United States, and that's going to be Maniaka. Around the perimeter, France looking for a spark offensively and looking to get some stops defensively. That's going to be key, is getting the stops at this point. Up for 2 free throws coming at the line for Bentoumi.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that France, it's a little bit now or never for them. They need to start being a little bit more aggressive, attack the rim. Be interesting that Dalstra isn't on the floor, given that she's probably one of their more traditional kind of textbook style centers. I would love to see her getting a few more deep catches not just to be a scorer, but also be a facilitator. If she can get a deep catch and score in a lot of that Team USA defense, she's got shooters lined up on the arc. I think that could be a better scoring opportunity for France as well to get them back in it.
France with another chance after getting the rebound, tries to push to the bucket, does get the layup for two. 12-point lead for United States. Risa Shea with 20 points. In the corner, up to the wing, diagonal pass to the top. Robinson running out of time, floats one off the backboard, no good. Gets her own rebound. In the act of shooting, free throws coming at the line for United States and for Robinson.
I wonder if that last that we see on the replay was out of perhaps a little bit of frustration, given that France gave up another offensive rebound.
And I guess I misunderstood. Looks like they were actually saying going to be on the floor, but no more fouls to give for either team. Three-pointer misses. France looks to cut this down to a 10 or a 9-point game. Risa Shea receives the handoff, receives the screen left. In some space, fakes one way, goes up for two the other. Rebounded by Robinson. .3:15 remaining. Three from the break in the corner, no good. Risa Shea. Whistle on the floor, foul's going to be called. Free throws should be coming at the line for France.
And just in that last offensive possession by USA, I really liked how they decided to slow it down. Now being up by 12 points, time is certainly on their side as we get deep into this fourth quarter. However, I would have liked to see something a little bit better executed within 10 seconds of the shot clock rather than settling for that contested three-point shot.
Roller on at the line, and we'll have two chances. First shot is good. It is her first time to the charity stripe in this game. Misses on the second one, but Cisse, in with 4 fouls, gets the rebound. Roller on. So as we are closing in on the ending of this matchup, still not over quite yet, but USA, they should be comfortable enough to just take their time and burn this shot clock each time. We see that we have another matchup following right after Canada versus Spain. You and I are on the call for that one as well. What are you looking forward to in that matchup?
Well, honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen a Spanish team play at this level and at this age group. So I'm really looking forward to see them, because coming off their win against Chile in the quarterfinal, there were some impressive numbers posted up. I'd just love to see how their style and caliber of play compares to USA and France, who we've been seeing today as such a high caliber for this competition. But I think Canada, dark horse of this competition, certainly do not count them out of having a chance at the gold medal either.
13-point lead for United States. 2 minutes remaining in this matchup. And when we refer to the power rankings, and more specifically Volume 2 that came out right after the round of 16, after that break, we see that United States was listed number 1. But for those other two teams, Canada and Spain, Canada at number 2, Spain at number 5.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they were at 5. But I feel like the development of the women's game, particularly at the junior level, in the last 5 to 10 years, has just improved astronomically. I get tight for those top 5 spots in the power rankings. I feel like a lot of other teams are edging closer to being of the same historical caliber, high caliber of, the United States. But yeah, it's the power rankings are always a very close competition. So 5 shouldn't be a poor reflection, but I still expected them to be in the top 3.
Swain kicks. Well, let's go up for 2 off the glass and good. Let's go is just 1 rebound shy of a double-double for the game. And she has 12 points.
And Jersey Robinson is still 1 point shy of equaling Brianna Stewart's Team USA record at a U17 championship.
It is worth noting that she already has her double-double even before that rebound she just collected.
She's also had 5 steals for this game, so that's an impressive stat line for Jersey Robinson. 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 steals.
Definitely not the game we expected, but a result that I believe many did expect in the end. United States with the win. But you didn't expect them to have to fight so hard for it. Shot is going to be a foul. Palmer to the line.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was certainly an arm wrestle of the game for USA. They really came out after halftime a lot more focused and very impressed that they were able to handle the adversity of the first half to come up with the win here today. And I think this is great preparation for both teams going into the medal matches tomorrow.
Officials having a quick discussion with the scores table and believe they're making an adjustment to the time. And yes, it looks like the time has been adjusted. Clock may have been running just a little bit long. 50 seconds remaining. It's going to be a victory for United States. They'll advance to the finals match tomorrow. We'll face the winner of Canada versus Spain. Palmer with her free throw.
Sorry to cut you off a little bit there, Justin. I just saw a really interesting stat on the box score on the official tournament website. USA have had 77 field goal attempts to France's 57 overall, which 20 shots difference is huge. And obviously that's going to continue to go down with those 2 shot attempts. I think that was also a little bit reflective of how much they improved their defense in the second half, just being able to suffocate or really limit and disrupt the game.
Just to notate, on the free throw miss at the other end, Waletzko did get her 10th rebound. That is going to be a double-double for Waletzko and for Jersey Robinson, 2 players for Team USA with the double-double stat. Robinson watching her closely, seeing if she scores in this last moment. Splits, takes the layup, no good. Palmer goes up for 2. Waletzko on the 3rd time, and that's going to be the charm for USA. 8 seconds remaining. They'll have to close this out. A French player on the floor. You don't want to see that in the moments where it's basically the game is over. You don't want to see players get hurt in these final moments. Luckily, she's able to walk away under her own power, check her out, and make sure she's good for tomorrow. France will dribble out the ball and run out the clock. France still with a chance to earn bronze tomorrow, but United States still seeking gold. Jacinta, what a game we've seen. What do you think has been the biggest difference for USA to not only have to come back, but then really go on a run and dominate in the 4th quarter?
Oh, yeah, dominate they did in the fourth quarter, winning the quarter 29 points to 11, which is the biggest deficit of all 4 quarters throughout the game. I think it came down to their defense in the end. Considering that France started this game with 24 points in the fourth quarter, and then the USA able to, as we said, only 11 points in the fourth for France, but just being able to turn that defense into a lot more better on the offensive end, which included 39 points from turnovers. So 39 of their 84 total points came from France's turnovers, and 26 offensive rebounds, converting that into 17 second chance points. So they definitely had the hard yards ahead of them after halftime, USA, but they managed to get it done defensively and turn that into better options on the offensive end.
Let's give a little bit of credit to France. Based on the information from this tournament, this is going to be the second least amount scored in this tournament by the United States. The least that they were allowed to score was against Australia in the first game of group stages, 82-55. On top of that, France put up the most numbers in a single game against USA with 66 points. So it was an impressive match. It was a tough-fought match, but a really big turnaround from Team USA. Taking a look at the box scores for the top performers of this game, starting with France. Their top performer, no surprise, Risa Shea, 9 for 15 from the field. She had 2 3-pointers, had 8 rebounds, an assist, as well as a steal and a block. Their second top performer with 10 points was Bergeron, 4 for 11 from the field. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 steal. On the other side for Team USA, their top performer, no surprise here, tying her game total for last game, 29 points. Just shy again of that Breanna Stewart scoring title for USA, with 11 rebounds, making it a double-double with 5 steals. Another top performer to notate is McKenna Wolitsko with 14 points, 10 rebounds. She also had a double-double and 2 steals. As we see on the bracket there, United States advances, and France will move on with a loss to the third-place game. Still, we would love for you to stick around and check out the next matchup, Canada versus Spain. Any final thoughts before we close this out?
No, I think it was just an exciting match and a really proud representation of how far junior women's basketball has come. And I'm looking forward to seeing where some of these athletes end up in the future. Hopefully we'll see some in the WNBA, no doubt.
Well, on behalf of FIBA, Jacinta Govent and myself, Justin Taylor, we thank you for joining us for this broadcast. We appreciate your support with the likes, getting over 350, showing your support there. Thank you for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.